Thank you, Madam Speaker. Hope everyone had a great Easter. I'm sorry I had to leave early on Thursday. I wasn't able to defend my amendment. Had I known there would have been multiple untruths spewed to kill the amendment, I would have stayed and given up my vote for CD4. We should have had a lengthy discussion. Questions should have been asked here about the amendment. I want to thank the good rep from El Paso for standing by my side. I was told that it was disingenuous, my amendment. So let's talk about my school safety amendment and what it was that was disingenuous. Wanting schools to have resources to provide safety to their schools, to their students and their staff, is that disingenuous? If we can't agree on safety of children in schools, then there's nothing in this house that we can agree on. Let me tell you what this school safety amendment was not about. It was not about my bill. My bill hadn't even made it to appropriations. It was never about metal detectors. It was never about SROs. What this amendment was a choice for schools to individually decide what helps make them safer. I know we're in this world about regulations and mandates. That's not what this amendment did. It was for schools to decide. This amendment was a choice for them. This was about a fund, the School Safety Disbursement Fund, that granted, you know what it granted last year? $16 million. I asked for $2. It granted $16 million to schools. My caucus made it a priority to ask for $2 million. They set aside all of their amendments for this long bill so that the districts that you represent could have funding to make their schools safer. They put everything aside to give it to me and the El Paso rep here so that their schools could choose how to make their school safer. Other than killing our amendment, was there a solution to make schools safer? $40 billion. Did anyone come up here and talk about making schools safer? Or did we just kill the one amendment that would have done that? It was said in this will that we should be grateful for $200,000. Did you think about that? Any of your schools in your district, when you voted against school safety, did you think about the kids, parents, teachers in your district when you voted against funding school safety? Or did you actually break down $200,000? Let's talk about that. 1,900 schools in Colorado divided by $200,000. You know what that is? $103 per school. Congratulations. $103 per school. You want to know what the purpose of the amendment was? Let's read about it since everyone seemed to know. The purpose of the School Safety Disbursement Fund, the purpose of the grant program is to provide disbursements to local education providers and eligible nonprofit organizations to use for the purpose of improving security within public schools. Grant recipients may use the money received through the grant program for the following purposes: capital construction that improves the security of a public school facility or public school vehicle, including but not limited to any structure and installed hardware, device, or equipment that protects a public school facility or public school vehicle and the students, educators, and other individuals who attend, work in, or visit a public school facility or are transported in a public school vehicle from threats of physical harm, including but not limited to any structure or installed hardware, device, or equipment that prevents the entry of unauthorized individuals into a public school, can be used to expedite communication when a threat is present, training and student threat assessment for all school building staff who have contact with students. Probably would help with the seclusion bill too, to help kind of calm kids down, which must include best practices for conducting threat assessments, such as instruction on how to prevent bias when conducting a threat assessment, in collaboration with law enforcement agencies, providing the training for peace officers on interactions with students at school, school emergency response training for all school building staff for when people are having a mental health crisis, programs to help students become more resilient in meeting the daily programs they face without resorting to violence against themselves or others, developing and providing training program curriculums and seminars related to school safety, developing best practices and protocols related to school safety incident response. So this wasn't about SROs and metal detectors. The spending categories are as follows: capital construction, equipment, materials, training, and student education. That is what is listed under the school security disbursement grant. This wasn't about my bill. This is about schools choosing what makes them safe. And a mad respect for you, because you and I talked this summer about making our schools safer and that this was a bipartisan solution. So I applaud you for standing by my side, because you've always wanted to make schools safer. I am disappointed. I am ashamed at what happened here on Thursday. I am disappointed that we legislate without providing real solutions to kids in school, and they will continue to pay the price for this. $40 billion budget, and we are telling school staff, teachers, and students that their safety is only valued at $103 per school. Shame on us.